Okay, so I've mentioned graphic design. Let me just do this. Let's see what it says here. It's close to what you have just said. As you can see here, it talks about an art. And so when you hear about an art, it means that's something that requires one to be creative. An art. And that's why here you can see is a craft where professional create visual. So you create visual content, okay, to communicate certain message. So your message might be a poster. Your message might be maybe a portfolio. Your message may just be content for social media, but you are using visual. So you combine images, you combine other tools, you combine text as well. That's what graphic design is. And so when it comes to graphic design, there are so many tools that you can use. The common one is usually Adobe. So you have Adobe Suits, and that consists of so many. You can see you have Photoshop, that's mostly used by photographers, but you also have things like Illustrator. You can see they have them here. So you have InDesign, okay, mostly used for publishing kind of stuff. You have Lightroom, you have Photoshop, you have Creative, you have Illustrator. So there are so many. And then mostly for Adobe Suits, Adobe Creative Suite, you have to pay for it. But if you want to use free, you can use Adobe Express. That one is usually free, this one. So all you have to do is just to create an account with them. You create an account, it's usually free. And yeah, there are different ways of signing up for it. Okay. We have Figma. And see, it's free. You can use it for creating designs as well. All you have to do is just to create an account. And so there are so many different tools that you can use for doing the designs. Okay. But we are going to use Canva. This for learning purposes. So you can just search for Canva. Once you have searched for Canva, it gives you get this result or this result page. And for Canva, you can have an app as well. There's an app that you can use on your phone to do the edits. And then there's also a desktop as well, which you can also download, or you can use the web. So for our case, we are going to use the web. So once you have searched, we click on this one here, and then you click on sign up if you don't have an account, and you are given options of how you want to do it. You can continue with Google, of which it will give you an option of the email that you have signed in, and you can use it. You can use Facebook, or you can enter your email, or you can even choose another way. Okay, with that, I got my Canva here. And when you sign in into Canva, so this how it will look like. So you have different components here on the dashboard. You can see you can choose to use Canva Professional, which you have to pay for it, Canva Pro. And you can see on this end, you have this compo, which opens the menu here. From here, you can see your recent designs, and you can even click to see more. Then you have here a folder which can have your projects, which you can easily access them. So you can create even a folder and you can put in different things. You can have your designs also there. And then you can access millions of templates. And the good thing, you can also create templates and you can upload them to Canva. You can make them to be free, or you can have people to buy them. And so for the templates, you can see there are different variations. You have for business, you have social media, you have education, you have even video, you have marketing. There's different kinds of templates that you can find. They talk of apps here, and there are different, you can see, like Canva for Slack. Slack, most people, they use it for communication within their team. You can see Image Blender. There are so many apps. You can even see you have Google Workspace. Okay. And then you have here brand, but this is for paid, whereby you can come up with your specific brand for your company, like color palettes, the font styles and all that, and you can have them here so that you can easily reuse them. Okay. So that's just basically about Canva. And now, today we are just going to go through design principles. And some of you already went through and you have shared what you read. So before we get into design principles, we need to see some of the things that bring these design principles together. Okay, some things that make them to be achieved. So when I'm here at home, you can see there are different options here. If I want to start a design, okay, so I have to know what kind of design that I want to come up with. If I want to create a document, I can use this option. If I want to create a video, mobile video, know the way mobile video is. You can see they provide the sizes here. If I want to use maybe an Instagram post, I can come here. And there, so even if you click more, you can have more options here that you can select from. You can see so many. You can also go for the option of customize, where you enter your sizes and the units you want to use. Mostly we use pixels, but depending on the method of measurement that you are accustomed to, you can decide to choose different. You can decide to go for inches, centimeters, and all that. So mostly we use pixels. It's I think it's the universally used mode of unit of measurement that most people use for graphic design as well as for web design. But the other people who are used to maybe using inches and all that. Yeah, so you come here and you decide what you want to create. Okay, so let's say we want to create, let's see. Okay, let's say we want to create a poster and we want to create a portrait poster. So I'll select that. You can see I have now a blank page here. Now down here, you have the option to zoom in. Like if you want to see like your work more the way you're doing it. So you can zoom in to see maybe if you are working, maybe you are changing a background color and all that. You can zoom like that. So you have it down here. And then you have this place where you can enter the title. Instead of having a generic title, you can enter here something that you can perhaps go back in future if you want to reuse this design. So I'll just do poster like that, but you can use a different kind of name. You can see we still have our tools here, but now, unlike before, you can see these tools, they have changed. Now we have more tools. You can see the project is down here, but you can see we still have the design here, which gives us the templates and the styles. We have the elements and all that. So here you have seen, we are going to see the design elements. Okay. And so the first element we are going to check from Canva, there are these templates that you can use. So there are so many, whichever industry. Let's say you want to do something for gym, you can just write fitness. And when you search, you can see there are millions of templates. Now, when you see this crown, you know this, you have to pay for it. But if it doesn't have a crown, you can use it just like that. You can see. If we go, let's say, marketing, you can see they have so many that you can choose from. You also have here the styles and all that. But the styles to load, you need maybe to have like a template, or you need to have your own styles here for them to load. Okay. So you can see even with that, they give even more options for you to choose. What kind of marketing do you want to maybe do your thing on? Maybe marketing, you're a marketing agency, and you can see they give you here different options and all that. Next is the text. When it comes to graphic design, is using visuals to do your presentation to the people. So that visuals may include an image, a text, and other elements. So with the text here, you can see, you remember I showed you the brand. Now, if you are using maybe the professional package, your brand will be here, and you'll be able to just add. Okay, you can add your brand fonts from them. You can see you have a crown here, meaning it has to be paid version. And then you have different headings. You can see this one is very huge, this small, and then this is the normal text. And below here, you also have different texts that you can pick from. You can see they give you different variations of text that have been developed by other people. Then here, we have the elements, other elements, like you have here shapes, and shapes, they come in different, you have lines, you have other kinds of shapes and all that. And you can even search here if you want for more. Okay, so that's shapes. We have graphics. You also have so many of them that you can pick from. Different graphics. You just have to search here whichever graphic you want to do. Let's say you're doing something to do with the bicycle. So if you search here, it will give you variations of different graphics that you can use. And you can see there are those that are free and those that are for paid. And you can select from there. Okay, you also have stickers. You have images that are provided here free. Okay, so you can find images here. Let's say, so you can see here they show trending images, but you can even search here. So let's say I pick this one and use it. You can see if I just click on it, you can see it doesn't cover the entire thing. But if I want to use it as a background photo, I have to drag it like that. You can see it takes the entire thing. So even with these images, you can click on these three dots here to get more information. You can see it's free. You don't have to pay for it. You can see who developed it, and you're able, if you click here, you can see more of similar images from this person. So more of their content here, you can be able to see when you click here. Okay. You can even add to folder and that like that. So now when it comes to images, you can find them here. If you don't have your own images, you can also use Unsplash. This one. You don't really need to sign up or create an account. You can see all you have to come here, you search here. Okay, they have stock images that you can reuse. You just search here, but it isn't recommended to use stock images. You can also use Pexel. This one, you can see they have stock images. Okay, you can see you just have to search the one that you're looking for. Okay. So still on the elements, we have seen photos. There are also videos. You can also get audio. You can get charts. You can even get polls and quizzes. You can get tables. You can get frames. You can get grids. You can get mockups. Okay. And you can get even more like collections here. Okay. So here for the brand, since this version of Canva that I'm using is free version, so I'm not able to do anything here with the brand. But you can see if I click on brand, you can see I can add logos here. I can add colors that I want to use. I can add fonts. I can even add a brand voice. I can add photos here, and I can keep adding more photos even after. I can add here some of the graphics. I can add icons that I want to use, and I can reuse them all the time from the brand. Because when you open this, you'll find that when you are designing, you'll always have this option for the brand. That's if you're using the paid version of Canva. And then uploads, you can come here and you can upload your images. You can even record yourself here. Okay. Canva allows you to record yourself. Yeah, so that's what you can do here. You can upload files, you can upload images, you can upload audio as well, you can upload videos. And then here we have tools. Let's say you're good at drawing, you can draw here. You just have to come here and you can use these tools. You want to draw a shape, you can see. So like this like it works like Illustrator. If you know Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator is mostly used in a similar way, where you can come up with different, we can say illustrations, but you can even create like a person and all that. So you can see you come to shapes, you can select here. Let's say we want to create a human being. So you want to create a human being, so that's the head, like that. So it will just be something basic, and I can decide to use the draw. So if you want it to be straight line like that, you have to click shift on your laptop. So you can see I've made a mistake here. So I can undo here like that. And this person doesn't come out good. Let's see. Just something funny. Yeah, so you can use this for, you can see even, you can have tables, you can set in tables like that from the tools. You can enter here your values, your figures, and all that. You can add text. So you can find this from the tools. here. Okay. And then here again, you remember, I have projects here. I already mentioned about them, and you can have your folders here, you have your images, you have your videos, and all that. Then apps, you can even, if you have maybe apps, you can add. You can see on my case, I have mockups, but you can add any apps that you want. You got charts and all that. You can add them to your Canva. Okay, these photos here, you can search for images if you want. Let's say I'm searching for background images. If I write background and I search, it should be able to return. And you can see those with crowns, they are paid versions, but you can have free, like this one is free. This one is free. There are a lot of free here. Okay. You can have audio here. And then this for the case of AI. Okay, you just type here whatever you want and it will give you. Now, if you're using a paid version, you can make much use of AI. Okay. So we have already looked at the different elements. Okay, we have gone through all of them. We have gone through shape. Okay. For the case of color, you can see we have color. So when it comes to color, if you don't have already your own color, because you can add here your brand color. Okay, but this one has to be for paid version. For free, it's not possible. Okay. So when it comes to color, we have something called color palette. This. So there are different. So this like when you're coming up with a design for a company that doesn't have their own brand. So there are different things you have to know, and we'll be discussing more of them under the principles of design. Now, for color, you can come to apps like this one. You can just search for color palette, and it will give you different tools here that you can use to pick your colors. Okay, there are so many here. So for my case, I'm going to use this one like that. And you can see I can just click. I don't really need to sign in or sign up. I can just click start the generator and it should be able to load. So the good thing is there are so many different tools that you can use. So you can see here, you can see here, I have different colors. So this is a color palette. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can decide to change. Okay. I can change this color. For this option, I can copy here. You can see. If I want to change, I come here. So you can see they also have their own different. You can see, you can check for contrast, which will be talking about it. You can see they tell you black text and white text. So for white text, you can't use for this. You have to use the black text. So let's go. So I can pull this to get my colors. Let me go for blue. Something like that. So you can see when you click here, you can add even more colors if you want. and also you can remove like that. So I've changed this color to palatinate blue, and here I can see I can use white text for it. Black text won't work. Okay, so you can have more. So this can be my primary color, this my secondary color, my tertiary color, and then the other colors as well. So then I can just copy here, or this I can copy like that, and I can use that color, or you can export it. You can export whichever you want. You can export in PDF, in image, and you can use it in your design. So when you come here and maybe we want to add background color here, I can search for my colors. You can see, I just enter the code. You can see the code here. This code is what I've copied. I can be able to even lock like that. So when I lock, I can't move this. But if I unlock, it can be moved like that. I can move it. But if I lock, I can't move it. So maybe I want this to be my primary color and to remain like that. Okay, so you can see that color comes here. Okay. So that's on color. Okay, so yeah. So basically, we have gone through the design elements, which bring together the design principles. Now we're going to check some of the design principles. There are usually so many, but we won't look at, we are just going to focus on the main one, which might cover the rest as well. So the first is emphasis. So anytime you check a website, let's say I've come to this website. So you can see when you get to this website, your eyes, they go somewhere first. And so your eyes will always go where there's emphasis, because that's where the attention is. So even with the graphic designs, so if I go here, let me go to the designs, and which one? So let's say this one. When you get here, the first thing that your eyes will see is this digital marketing. Before you can even see any other thing, your eyes, they will see here, because this is where the emphasis is, on the digital marketing agency. So let me see if I can use another one. Okay, you can also see the same for this one. So you can always know where the emphasis is being put on a design. Okay, so the purpose for that is when you're designing, you have in mind what do you want people to notice first when they see your design. What should capture their attention first? That's why you put the emphasis. Now, when we do the emphasis, there are different things that help with that. And when you read about design principles, you'll realize that all these, they are also just part of design principles. Okay, but they help with emphasis, like contrast. So contrast is the difference. Like in this case, you can see there's a contrast between the background and this, so that you are able to read. Let's say if the background was, then put a color that is hard to read. See. Okay, let's say that's that's the background color. You can see it's hard for you to read. You can't even see what's there. Okay. So the contrast should always be there so that you are able to see clearly. You can see even when I added the other colors, there's some strain for you to read. Like when you want to read, it can hurt your eyes. That's why it's good for that contrast between the text and the background should be good. Okay. As well as the image that you're using. Let's say you decide to use a background image. You should always remember the contrast. It's very important. Okay. So the other thing that helps with emphasis is the movement. Now, for movement, it isn't about anything moving. It's you when you get here, your eyes, they'll read this thing in a certain way. So you'll probably start here with digital marketing agency and then you'll move like this. So you'll realize that there's emphasis here. That's why this is bolder and it's bigger. And then you can, helps you to know what's this about. This is a digital marketing agency. And then you can read the rest. You can see we have a call to action, a CTA, we have an image, we have the contact information, and then we just have some design here, like that. The other thing is white space. So instead of just congesting all your things together, it's good that you give a breathing space. Now, this space is what is the white space. You can see there's some space here, there's some space between here, there's some space here. So you don't have to enter a lot of information on your design. You can leave some breathing space, which is good, but you should not leave so much space. Let's say you don't have anything here, you don't have anything here, and let's say you just have some text here, like that. Even people, they will wonder what's this about. You can see, yes, you have this white space here, but then what? How does it even look like? So that's why it's good when you're designing not just to do things for the sake of doing. Okay, you have to do them in a way to improve readability of the person, the movement when they come and they are reading from the top to bottom or from bottom to top, whichever way that you put your emphasis. And so even with the white space, you should always leave some white space, not so large, not too small. Okay, next, it's repetition. So here you can realize this is the color that is being used for the text. Okay, you can see the same color has been applied on this design here. So there is repetition of color here. Even for this call to action, CTA, they are using the same color as the text, but now the text now is white, and you can see the background here is white. So here this background is white, this text here is white. On this image, you can see this white around here. So that's repetition. So repetition can come in the text, the way it's being done. In the designs like this one, you can see there's like water flowing design here. You see, so repetition, and that helps with emphasis as well. Next is a proportion, which it's almost similar to balance. Now, when it comes to balance, is the positioning of objects. How are you placing your objects? Let's say I'm designing and I just do something like this. So this not a good design. You see, I haven't positioned things well. Okay. And maybe I come here at the top here and I add even text. So this not good design. You see, it's just placing things all over. And with this, most times it comes when people they just want to fill the space. That's why it's good to leave the white space. It's good for you to balance whatever you're doing, the images, the text, and all that. And actually, that can be helped as well with alignment. So with alignment, it's mostly about the elements relationship, and we always use the axis. So here we have the axis here. You have the y-axis, they run here. You have the x-axis and all that. So that's basically about the uh, design principles. I had wanted us to do a design, but I say we're already out of time. So I'll let you pose any questions that you have.